everybody, and welcome to this week's assembly. This week we have a story that's very exciting, but it's in two parts, so you're going to have to wait for the ending next week. Today you're just getting the first part. We would like your help though. At one point we talk about them going to the pastures, and that means they're taking the sheep out to give them some food in the fields. So when you see a sheep appear on the screen, we need some nice barring. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. And stop. Brilliant. When you see my hand go up like this, we stop the barring so we can continue the story. I'm going to hand over to Susan now, who's going to open our story for us.
Today's story is about a famous person in the Bible. He was the great-grandson of the people we heard about last week. Do you remember that Abraham and Sarah had a son called Isaac? Well, Isaac had a son called Jacob. And Jacob had, well, let's open the book and find out in the story called Joseph the Dreamer.
Abraham's grandson, Jacob, had 12 sons, but Joseph was his favorite. To show his love for Joseph, Jacob was always giving him presents. And one day, he gave him a super special present.
Here you are, my a beautiful coat of many colours for you.
Joseph put the coat on, admiring himself.
Wow, I really think I look brilliant in this,
said Joseph, as he twirled around in his rainbow coat, showing off all in front of his brothers, who were not impressed one bit.
There's that Joseph showing off again. He's always getting these presents, far more than the rest of us get, and he boasts about them all the time. Isn't he annoying?
Yes, he certainly is. And the worst of him is the way he insists on telling us all about those strange dreams. Look out, here he comes again.
Hey guys, just listen to my latest dream. I dreamt that we were tying up the wheat in the field into bundles. My bundles stood upright, and your bundles all gathered round and bowed down to it. Pretty amazing, don't you think?
The brothers were furious at such an idea, and one of them said,
Oh, for goodness sake. Do you really think you're going to be the boss of all of us?
and all the brothers hated Joseph. They were even more furious when he told them his next dream.
Now, this is a real good one. Listen, brothers. Last night, I dreamt that the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars were all bowing down to me.
When he told this dream, his father Jacob was listening too. Jacob was a little bit cross with his favourite son, and he told him off, started to say,
What are you talking about, Joseph? Do you really think that your mother and I and your brothers are going to bow down to you?
The brothers kept quiet at this time, but they were seething with jealousy. Then one day,
Joseph, my son, your brothers have all gone off with the sheep to find new grass. Why don't you go and join them?
Okay, Dad. I've got some great new dreams to tell them about.
so Joseph set up to join his brothers out in the pasture. Bah.
Hey, there's that Joseph coming towards us. Now's our chance. While he's away from our father Joseph, let's kill Joseph. Sorry, Father Jacob, let's kill Joseph and throw him into one of these old animal pits.
But luckily for Joseph, some of his brothers were more merciful and didn't want to kill him. And they said,
No, let's sell him and get some money for ourselves. Look over there. There's some merchants on camels going down to Egypt. They'd be glad of a young boy to sell as a slave.
so when poor Joseph came up to his brothers, all unsuspecting, they tore off his beautiful coat and shoved him into the animal pit until the merchants came by. Then they sold him. They sold their brother Joseph for a $5. It was quite a bit of money in those days. And the merchants took him off to Egypt and their camels. Well, those brothers had got rid of Joseph, but now they had a new problem.
Hey guys, what are we going to tell our father Jacob? He's bound to ask us where Joseph has got to.
So then the 11 brothers came up with a really mean plan. They ripped Joseph's beautiful coat and they daubed it with the blood of a dead goat all over it. Then they returned to Jacob, their father, looking sad. And they said to him, showing him the coat,
Father, look what we have found.
and Jacob said to his sons,
Oh, what is Joseph's coat all ripped and blood-soaked? Without a doubt, the wild beasts have devoured Joseph. He is dead. Oh no! Oh no!
Poor Jacob was desperately sad. He ripped his own clothes and wept bitterly, refusing to be comforted. Meanwhile, Joseph had arrived in Egypt and had been sold to an officer in Pharaoh's army who was called Potiphar, the captain of the guard.
Well, I worked really hard for Potiphar, and before too long, I became the head of his household. But do you know what? Potiphar's wife was a real cruel, mean woman and kept telling big lies about me and finally had me thrown into prison. Oh!
Things were looking very bad for Joseph. It looked as though all his dreams had come to nothing. But God was still watching over him.
Poor Joseph, hated by his brothers, carried off to a strange country, and now in prison. Whatever will happen next? We'll find out next week. Joseph's brothers were so jealous that they behaved really badly. Do you ever feel jealous when somebody has something you want? Maybe you've got something that your friends are jealous of. Close your eyes now and think of something you could share with your friends. Now, I'm going to say a prayer, and if you want to make it your prayer, you can join in with the Amen. Dear God, sometimes life seems unfair. Other people get the things we would like to have. Please help us not to be jealous like Joseph's brothers, but to be thankful for all the good things we already have. Help us to share those things with our friends. Amen.
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 I hope you enjoyed that story. It was very exciting, wasn't it? And we'll have to see what happens to poor Joseph next week. Will he still be in prison? Will things get better or will they get worse? We'll have to see. We look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
Bye.